Cyberpunks and Retro Nerds? Welcome back to another episode of Neon Trash. You got Tommy the Hammer here and old Johnny Rocket here. And once again, we are delving into that wonderful VHS vault, courtesy of the old Hammer here. And we decided to go ahead and watch The Secret of My Success, starring Michael J. Fox.
Hell yeah, man. I love Michael J. Fox.
This is another, I don't know, zany, goofball 80s comedy, you know. Looking to keep it light, folks.
Yeah. So we're going to be kicking this off. You guys know this routine. Check out that motherfucking trailer. Peep that shit. And when you guys get back, you're going to know Tommy the Hammer and Johnny Rocket's opinion on
The Secret of My Success.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
New York City.
He wants to see what's there.
His name is Brantley Foster. He came to New York to make it on his own.
You're fired, kid. Sorry.
Mom, I'm doing great. New York is just like Kansas. Intensified.
Luckily, he didn't have to.
I need a job, Uncle Howard.
Around here, I'm Mr. Prescott.
I'm gonna see that my husband gives you a leg up.
No, I'm gonna make it to the top by myself.
They started him at the bottom,
Show the college puke the ropes and keep them out of my face.
but he had a secret way of starting at the top.
This is Carlton Whitfield. Carlton Whitfield?
Who's Carlton Whitfield? I didn't hire any Carlton Whitfield. There's something going on around here, Foster.
He was trying to stay one jump ahead of everyone else.
At the end of the second lap, you still got a comfortable lead.
When his uncle's wife got the jump on him,
Give me a break.
What the hell happened?
He fainted.
that's when he met her.
Night?
Book.
Tomorrow night.
Book.
All right, but don't beg, okay? It's embarrassing.
They were a merger made in heaven.
That wasn't bad.
That's when everything else
Howard, please.
went to hell.
You're perfect, right?
I never slept with the boss.
No, you slept with the boss's wife.
Will you marry? No, but I'd like to beat that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The sexual revolution is over. Everybody out of bed.
It just goes to prove there's more than one way to make it.
Sorry, this car is full.
Michael J. Fox, The Secret of My Success.
This was a ton of fun to watch. It was so funny. Like Michael J. Fox, there's no wonder this guy was in a shit ton of movies, was in a number of sitcoms. He's a fantastic actor, and he's just funny as hell. Like, not only can he deliver lines quick, his wit is just on point, razor sharp, but the physical comedy, the slapstick, I was not expecting, honestly. I kind of went into this, kind of blind, right? I've never seen this before. But man, the physical comedy had me in stitches. It was great. I mean, you were there, right there with me laughing at this.
Absolutely.
Come on.
So I vaguely remember this movie from back in the day. Maybe I watched it, maybe I didn't. But I was reminded of classic 1980s movies like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and more importantly, there was this Kevin Bacon movie called Quicksilver, where he is a bike courier in the 1980s New York, and this was like a subgenre. It was all about taking a young, liberal, progressive, affluent individual and then interjecting them into otherwise staunch conservative society, and then seeing what the result was, seeing what they would reap from that. And it was usually maybe some kind of cliched elements here or there, but with this movie I feel like there was a couple of twists and turns that I didn't see coming. We were raised during that era. This is like a time capsule. It was like taking a trip back into our childhood, because there were certain things that we remembered,
Right,
know?
like people smoking everywhere.
Everywhere, every scene, there was cigars, cigarettes, you name it. Ridiculous, and thank God it's gone now.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
But back in the day, nobody thought about that shit. Nobody gave a shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We were sitting around, we're debating what to watch tonight, and we all settled with this Michael J. Fox movie. I mean, it's not just me and John here. We got a couple of people off camera. And everyone enjoyed it, I think. So, top-notch movie, right?
Dude, no, this is seriously like I mean, as famous as Michael J. Fox is, like, I don't hear anybody ever talk about this movie anymore.
No, ever,
you know,
at all.
And I think that's just, I don't know, it's doing a disservice. So if you're doing like a deep dive on Michael J. Fox, like this has to be like the first thing you dive into when it comes to Michael J. Fox
sure.
in his movies anyway. Because I mean, this was super fun. Like, I mean, just, you know, you just take it for what it is. Like, you don't go into this like super serious or whatever. Just like, you know, I guess you just have to, you know, maybe we're a little easier. We can more easily watch this because like we're really kind of from this era. Like we kind of grew up with this. We kind of identify with this a little bit more. Like maybe like people, you know, Gen Zers, if you will, you know, watching this might not get it as much as we do. Like maybe this will fall flat for them. Sorry guys. I mean maybe this is for the old timers now. But no, seriously, if you know, I don't know, if you've seen Teen Wolf, if you've seen Back to the Future, you know, and you like those anyway, and if you're looking for more kind of a, you know, just a quirky, you know, fish out of water comedy, 80s, you know, something light and breezy, check this out. Each scene in this, like the cinematography, like this was incredibly well directed. Like this movie had no business being this fucking good.
I agree.
And I'm like, what do I knock this for? Like, what can Rocket knock this film for? And the answer is not much of nothing. You know, honestly, this is kind of Neil Rocket's wheelhouse when it comes to 80s zany comedies. Like, I'm giving this 10 stars.
Oh my God!
I guess seriously, like this was super funny. Like this, I mean, so you could pick some nits, sure. But like I'm not knocking it for any of that because I don't know. It hits the nostalgia stars, you know. It hits banging soundtrack. It hits great actors, a wonderful set, a great director who had a vision.
Okay.
And I can't believe we slept in this one for this long. Like, maybe I've had 6 or 7 beers, but whatever, man. Like, I mean, maybe there's some beer stars in there. I don't know. Like. Tommy, I mean, I'm guessing you're not going to give this 10 stars, and that's fine.
Not at all,
That's fine.
But it's okay. That's how we roll on Neon Trash. We don't want everyone always meeting together at the focal point of star counts. But for me, I gotta say, it's a 7.5. Now, that's not to say that this is a bad movie. I feel like a 7.5 is a pretty good star count.
It is.
It really is. But let's face it here. I mean, Michael J. Fox is mainly known for his Back to the Future role and maybe lightly his Teen Wolf role. And then
Family Ties.
Yeah, Family Ties.
More of his
the TV
stuff.
End of his career. But I gotta say, like, in terms of movies of this dynamic, I feel like there's better films, better movies with messages that have very similar things, and I'd have to say Quicksilver, or maybe Gung Ho with Michael Keaton.
I mean, you make me. I do recall Gung Ho, but this Quicksilver, you got me intrigued with Quicksilver here.
Yeah. But that's not to say this is a bad movie. I actually think this is a great film with a great message, and I feel like if you want something that bucks the system, that challenges the status quo, and takes a look at capitalism and the whole businessman mindset, breaks it down and rebuilds it up for the contemporary audience.
Right, that 80s big business rat race kind of thing.
Yeah. You know, shattered and then rebuilt for the new generation, Michael J. Fox. And I know how that sounds because in today's day and age, it's 2025. Like, there's been even more evolutions in terms of what takes place in the business world.
Right. This kind of stuff just can't happen anymore.
No.
There's no like.
No, there's not going to be a remake of The Secret of My Success.
No.
But when we were watching it, I was like, oh, this is like The Wolf of Wall Street, but nowhere near as R-rated. At the same time, though, you could tell that this was an R-rated movie cut down to PG-13.
We did notice a tiny bit of censorship towards the beginning.
But that happened a lot in the 80s, just to get
It's
that
true, it's true.
get that rating down.
There was a couple
or
of
whatever.
dubbed over lines
Yeah.
there.
But
Whatever.
you know what? So we got 10 stars, we got 7.5 stars.
I loved it. That was
Right. At the end of the day, though, this is a success. This is a great film, and if you're a fan of Michael J. Fox, definitely check it out.